Welcome to Iceland. In this video we'll be showing you some of the highlights and hidden gems of the Icelandic south coast. Here are some of our favourite stops that you can add to create a great road trip.
When planning a trip to Iceland, one of the first things people often recommend is to do a trip to the Golden Circle, some of the biggest sites in Iceland often visited by tourists. When you're doing a self-drive tour, this is easily done and can be done either at the start or end of a road trip depending on where you're going, whether you're going clockwise, counterclockwise around the ring road or just staying locally within the Reykjavik area. Driving the Golden Circle from Reykjavik or straight from Keflavik airport, one of the first stops you'll come across is that of Kerrid Crater. An ancient volcanic crater containing a beautiful turquoise lake. You can make the choice to either walk around the top of the rim along the red volcanic clay path or down the steps to the bottom so that you can admire the lake up close.
Once finished up at Kerrid, we headed straight to Skógafoss, Iceland's most famous waterfall, which translates directly to Golden Falls. There's multiple viewing platforms, some of which are more accessible in the summer. This allows you to get right up close, albeit you will get a little bit wet.
If you plan to go to the lowest of the three platforms to get up close and personal to Waterfall, you're definitely going to want some waterproofs, whether you're using head-to-toe waterproofs from home or grabbing one of the ponchos from the gift shop. Some of the other sites that you'll typically see on the Golden Circle are that of Strokka, the fountain-type geyser, and that of Thingvellir National Park, where the first Parliament was held in Iceland. One of the first big waterfalls you'll come across when driving southeast on the ring road is that of Seljalandsfoss. Popular amongst the big tours, this waterfall is often a fan favourite for the ability to walk 360 degrees behind the falls. At 60 metres tall, this waterfall can be seen clearly from the ring road and often is found with multiple tour buses during the day. If you're looking for a more personal experience, we'd highly recommend coming first thing in the morning or later in the evening once the tours have dissipated. This is something we'll show you in part 2 of the south leg of our road trip.
As you can get the whole way around the waterfall, you are sure to get wet, so make sure you've got those waterproofs on.
"400 metres up the path from Seljalandsfoss is another waterfall, often referred to as the secret waterfall set in a cave. Gufabruí is certainly worth a stop."
You'll have to let us know in the comments if Tom can pronounce that correctly.
About 20 minutes further up the very bumpy road 249, you'll find Nauthusagil, another great hidden waterfall. Be sure to check out our full waterfall guide for Nauthusagil to see how you can climb this awesome waterfall.
My favourite waterfall on the south coast has to be Skógafoss. This beautiful waterfall, rich in legend, allows you to get right up to the curtain and soaked in the process. It's great for families and photographers alike, even campers if you want to stay the night. If you want a different viewpoint, you can climb the somewhat stable stairs to get a view from the top, albeit the lower view is my favourite.
Whilst we're talking about favourite waterfalls, Kvernufoss has to be right up there. Located just west of Skógafoss, it has its own separate car park but is often missed by most tourists as it's not included on the big tours. Similar to the more famous Seljalandsfoss, Kvernufoss allows you to get into a cave behind the falls, allowing for some really spectacular views. Set at the end of a luscious green canyon and only about 15 minutes walk up a well-paved path from the car park, this fantastic waterfall is a much more personal experience with many less visitors than that of Seljalandsfoss and others around in the area. Another big stop on the South Coast tour would definitely be to Reynisfjara Beach. This black sand beach has to be taken with a caution, as whilst it's famous for its basalt columns, it's also famous for the danger it poses with its dramatic sneaker waves that catch tourists unsuspecting and off guard and can drag them into the icy cold waters. Once you've checked the warning board, you can then go on to admire the natural wonders that present themselves on this beach. Famous for its cave and the basalt lava columns, there's also a great chance of seeing Atlantic puffins in the summer.
The little town of Vik is a great place to stay when driving the south coast.
Its central location to the big sites and charming hotels make it a perfect place to stop. There's a supermarket to stock up on any supplies, some brilliant restaurants and plenty of petrol stations to fill your car. Something well worth doing, as driving further on from Vik, the petrol stations become few and far between, so make sure to keep your tank fully topped up.
We've stayed at both Hotel Katla and Hotel Vik in the town, both of which provide a great night stay and awesome breakfasts.